Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday, a very cold, frigid day. Lydia is about to tell us just how cold it is in a moment. But of course, first we want to remind you, we're live on Facebook every weekday morning, right around this time. Love it when you join us live, but of course it stays on your Facebook feed throughout the day, so you can watch it whenever it works best for you. Plus, remember, we make it into a podcast. You can find that at inforum.com/podcast. Just look for the Inforum Minute.
All right, it is very, very cold out this morning, and you actually have a little breaking news?
Breaking news. Yeah. It's the coldest morning of the season so far. We have officially dropped to minus 14 here in Fargo. Same number up in Grand Forks. You're also sitting at minus 14. Before today, our coldest temperature of the season so far was minus 12 in Fargo and 13 below in Grand Forks. And both of those are back on December 12th, so a little over a month ago, pretty much a month ago. And now this morning, we've done it. We've fallen all the way down to minus 14. So welcome to the coldest temperatures of the season so far. An emphasis on the so far, because this is our practice round for next week.
The real cold.
The real cold. The coldest air that we have felt in over 2 years, to be honest with you, because we had such an El Nino mild winter last winter. The coldest we actually got was 1 year ago today, January 14th, and that was minus 14, which is exactly where we're sitting right now. Next week, we're going to blow this out of the water.
I don't like that.
I know, sorry. Temperatures in the morning next week, minus teens to minus 20s, even colder up north. Your wind chills, if there's any wind, of course, that's still, we'll see what that looks like as we get closer, but minus 30s, minus 40s, not out of the question for next week. Yeah. It'll be one of those weeks next week, if not already this morning, where you screenshot your weather app and you send it to your friends to the south. And you're like, see, this is what we deal with. But as we listed off on First News this morning, we don't have big snakes. We don't deal with hurricanes.
Silver linings.
There are bonuses to live here. All right.
You have to dig for them.
You have to really find a positive attitude. It will be nice and sunny today, so that's good. Wind is fairly light. Of course, any movement is going to make it feel colder. That's just the way it goes. It's turning around to the south at 5 to 15. That south wind is important to the forecast. So today's highs near zero, going minus 2 here in Fargo, so staying below zero all day, which is what we did yesterday too. But that south wind starts to kick in overnight. After sunset, our temperatures initially fall down to about minus 6, minus 10, colder up north, warmer down south. As we go through the overnight, though, that south wind starts to bring in a little warmer air, and we'll have rising temperatures while you're sleeping. So during First News tomorrow morning, you'll see the temperature start to rise. By the end of the show, say 7, 8 o'clock, we should have temperatures anywhere between 5 to 10 degrees above zero. Which is 20 to nearly 30 degrees warmer than where we're sitting right now, which is kind of a really wild concept to wrap your head around. We'll continue to rise into the 30s by your Wednesday afternoon. Increasing clouds, couple of flurries possible, especially on the Minnesota side. Another day in the 30s on Thursday. We should get some melting weather. Crews will be out there working on the roads, so all of that should improve, especially by Thursday. And then everything changes again on Friday. You'll have falling temperatures, waking up in the 30s, falling down to the 20s. Not terrible, but backwards. And then the wind picks up on Friday, and we do have a chance at a little bit of snow. Right now I'm seeing patchy snow showers, maybe around 1 inch for accumulation. Wind could cause some problems with blowing snow, of course, for your Friday. We'll see how that all shapes up, of course, as we get closer. It's Tuesday right now, barely Tuesday right now. It's the beginning of Tuesday right now. What I do really feel confident in, and what I do see, is that we are much colder than by your Saturday. So we have falling temperatures on Friday, highs below zero on Saturday, and staying that way for the rest of the 10-day forecast. Yeah, that's when your overnight lows are in the teens to the 20s below, and your daytime highs, some days are close to minus 10 for a high temperature next week.
Brutal.
Yeah. That cold's really going to spread across the country too. Obviously, it's different the further south that it gets, but most of the lower 48 dealing with below average temperatures for next week.
Sounds like days to stay inside.
Stay inside. If you have a car starter, heated seats, heated steering wheel, if you have those luxuries, use them. Otherwise, you got to bundle everything up and very much limit your time outside. If you have toddlers like I do, that makes it really fun to just stay inside for several days in a row.
Good luck.
I saw somebody with an unfinished basement that lets them put on helmets and roller skates and just go around. Jealous.
That's a positive to the unfinished basement.
Yes, exactly.
Go crazy.
All right, so find your good indoor activities for not only today, but get them ready for next week too.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks for the warning.
New this morning, right now we are working to learn more about a fire that happened at an apartment building in Warren, Minnesota. A fire broke out in the Landmark apartment building last night. A witness tells WDAY that people had to be evacuated from the building and that they could see smoke coming from the first and third floor. We have reached out to the Marshall County Sheriff's Office. They told us more information should be available to us here shortly.
All right, today is the first day of the Minnesota legislative session, but DFL representatives might not be showing up. It's in an effort to deny Republicans control of the House. Democrats swore in their members on Sunday night, so they don't actually have to be there today. 68 members are needed for a quorum to conduct business. Without a majority, the chamber cannot operate. Right now, the House is split 67 to 66 in favor of Republicans. One seat is still up for grabs. It's going to be decided in a special election on January 28th, but the session is supposed to start today at noon.
The trial begins today for a former Fargo School District employee that is accused of exchanging nude pictures with a 16-year-old student at Davies High School. Ashley Peterson was a behavioral management specialist at Davies from 2021 to 2023. Court documents say that the student ended things because he said he got sick of sending messages back and forth. Peterson was also the nanny for Superintendent Rupak Gandhi's family. They let her go after the school fired her. Peterson has pleaded not guilty to the charges against her.
Confirmation hearings start today for some of President-elect Donald Trump's cabinet picks. Former North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum was supposed to sit before senators this morning for his hearing, but that hearing has now been moved to Thursday because of Democrats. Burgum is Trump's pick for Interior Secretary. Last week, Senate Democrats raised concerns about Burgum not submitting key documents. Those include an FBI background check and financial disclosure forms. Burgum has now submitted that paperwork, and that hearing should be happening on Thursday.
Firefighters are now battling a new fire near LA. Just can't catch a break.
No.
Roughly 75 firefighters battled that fire overnight. Additional evacuation orders have been issued now for that area. The fire comes as the Storm Prediction Center has issued an extremely critical fire area for more than 2 million people. Winds are expected to increase throughout the morning today, peak this afternoon. At least 24 people have died in these fires so far.
Today on Hot Mic with Dom Izzo, what could have been a great Viking season is now left with the question, what happened? It all went tumbling down last night. Minnesota ends its year with 2 blowout losses. Dom will have a complete recap of the game last night with the Rams, plus the huge question, what do they do with Sam Darnold? Plus, the Dragons basketball team has struggled over the last month or so can they turn things around? Hot Mic is on this morning from 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra.
And remember, now's a great time to get your Inform.com subscription. It's your all-access pass to all these news, weather, and sports headlines. 99 cents a month for your first 3 months. It's a great deal. Just go to Inform.com/subscribe to check it out.
Make sure to join us the rest of the day for our newscast as well. Our next one's at 11 o'clock this morning, then 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. And we'll be back with First News tomorrow morning from 5 to 7.
Have a great day, everyone.